Hello and welcome to Education at SSBJ online video tutorials. We were into chapter sound class 8th CBSE. In this tutorial, we shall take up two questions in this video tutorials. First question is, explain a mechanism of hearing, which means how do we hear, with the help of diagram of ear structure, right? And second question is, demonstrate an activity to prove that sound cannot travel in vacuum. Well, we all know sound, what we hear most of the time, travel through air, right? And then it enters into your ear. And there is an eardrum, right? But let us be more practical now. When it comes into your exam, that draw a picture of ear structure and mention the parts of the ear, right? So this particular 3D animations you cannot draw. So to make it simple, imagine that when we are outside in the atmosphere and hear certain voice, it enters into our ear, and then there are some organs which are there in the ear. So let us study one by one all those organs in 2D pictures, two-dimension pictures, right? Because this will be helpful to you to write and to draw the picture properly on paper. So let's avoid that colorful and any other animations, right? The first one, what we can touch from outside our ear, is called pinna, right? And after that pinna, there is a canal called auditory canal. And why auditory canal? Auditory means related to sound, right? It's related to sound. Audio, okay, sound signals. So this is just like a canal, and all that sound enters through this. So this one is auditory canal. So remember this one by one, and then the sound will go and enter on this particular path, which is called eardrum. Now that eardrum is connected to a small bone here. You can see this particular bone. Okay, very tiny bones are there inside our ear, and this particular bone is called hammer. And then that hammer is attached to two more bones. One is here, and that is anvil, and another is stirrup, right? So this is what is stirrup. And then there are like semicircular type of organs, and they are called semicircular canals. And this is a snail-like structure, okay? You must have seen snail, no? The snail-like structure here is called cochlea. And then after that, you will find some nerves here which are connecting ear to the brain. So these are called auditory nerves, right? So pause the video here and look at all the organs. These are important organs, okay? And function of all these organs which are inside are not so important for us as far as examination is concerned. But however, you should be able to draw all these pictures on paper. So that's why we have taken this picture in two-dimensional, like a sketch, not a color one. Well, as I have told you, this is auditory nerves, Now ear can be divided into three parts. So from here to here, this is an outer ear, right? After that, from here and then till here is a middle ear, and then after that it's a inner ear. So inner ear contains, a cochlea and auditory nerves, and it goes to a brain. Now remember, what are the organs which are responsible for our feeling of hearing? So if you say only ear, it's a wrong. It is ear as well as brain. That's the correct answer. So what makes us to hear sound? It's a function of both ear as well as brain. Now let us go a bit detail into it. Right? When we speak loudly, the sound waves will travel and first enters into pinna. Right? So keep recalling what all you have seen. It enters into pinna first. You must have seen that some animals will have a different structure of pinna. For example, the elephant will have a big pinna, right? So that is why it is said that elephant can hear a very small volume, even if it is very far from it, right? So next, these waves enter into, can you recall this? What is this part called? Auditory canal, right? And then the moment it goes, I am going to show you all these organs now. It will go and hit onto this eardrum. Look at this eardrum now. And once it goes and hit onto this eardrum, it's just like any other musical instrument where, for example, a tabla, you play it with your fingers, but here see, it is so sensitive for the sound waves, and it starts vibrating this way. Now look at this, when it starts vibrating, right, the connected bones such as anvil and stirrup also will, and hammer, both will move, because eardrum is connected to these two. So when this starts moving, it will disturb a liquid. There will be a liquid here which is present in the cochlea, right? So this is very important part, function of the ear to hear. So when this liquid gets disturbed, it gets converted into a different type of waves, and there are small hair-like structures here. It is at this place where sound signal converted into electrical signal. So remember this, the sound signal finally gets converted into electrical signal here, and then those electrical signals travels to brain, and brain helps us to understand a sound. So you need to draw neat diagram, label it, and explain in your own words, step by step, how a sound travels from outside to pinna and to canal, and then eardrum, then the movement of three bones, and finally cochlea, and then it reaches the brain. Okay, here we shall discuss on a demonstration to prove that sound cannot travel in vacuum. We know that sound cannot travel in vacuum, but what activity we can show on paper if this appears in exam, right? So it's a simple one. Well, what is vacuum? A vacuum is a place where there is total absence of matter. Remember, total absence. So it is very difficult to create a vacuum here on earth, because to have total absence of matter is very difficult. But however, we can limit presence of matter in an area. We can bring down, right? So if there is a matter, there is vibration. So no matter, no vibrations, and when there is no vibration, no sound can travel. This is what we have studied in this chapter. Therefore, we don't hear sound from the space, right? Now, question is how to demonstrate an activity to prove that sound cannot travel in vacuum. You need to have a glass jar. It should be airtight. No air should go inside. Okay? And then 2 smartphones or mobiles. And one, you can keep it inside in an airtight jar. Now when it is airtight, remember, there is still air inside. Okay? And you know, air, through air, sound travels. So give a call to this number. And you get a ringing sound, and that proves that sound travels through first a solid and then to air. Okay, and that's why you can hear from outside the ringing sound. Now suppose you can arrange a vacuum pump down and suck all the air out and make this completely vacuum. So vacuum means no matter. No matter, so there is nothing to vibrate here. And then give a sound, right? And you will not hear sound outside. But practically it is quite difficult at home to make this arrangement, right? So instead of this, you can connect somewhere here, you know, at home, a straw. So it will be a DIY. So what is DIY? Do it yourself. Even this also you can explain as an answer for that. So what you have to do is ask your friend to give a call here, and you can hear it outside very well. Now try to suck air from the glass jar with the help of your mouth. That is better. We cannot create complete vacuum here, but some amount of the air will go outside. Hold there itself. Right? And then give the call. So the volume of the sound will be less than the earlier case. When there was air, the sound you hear outside is more, and when you completely, and when you take the air out here, then the volume you hear will be less, which proves that sound requires more of vibration to travel. Since you have brought down the quantity of air here, the vibrations are very less, and so the sound travel also will be slow, and you hear its sound outside bit low, right? That can be a demonstration. Well, here we will conclude. Stay healthy, stay fit. See you in the next video tutorial.